Excuse me? Hi. Hello. Welcome back. It's me, funnily enough, because it's my channel. I'm here to review The Good Place Season 1. Now, I'm behind on the trends. If you didn't know, I don't watch popular current programming. I wait until that popular current program is over, and then I watch it, because then I don't have to worry about avoiding, ooh, what's that on my hand? Because then I don't have to worry about sort of live spoilers. Like, I guess I could have the show spoiled for me, but when it's on, it's like, obviously there's spoilers everywhere because people are talking about the newest episodes. And when I'm not watching a program, it's a lot easier for me to filter those out of my mind, because I'll be like, Janet, I don't know, farts gold dust, and I'm like, who the hell's Janet? You know, and I mean, I've probably seen Good Place spoilers. I just haven't really retained them because I haven't had a need to, because I wasn't watching the program. Whereas now, I'm not going to see many spoilers because everyone's already talked about the show. It's over. It's done. And it also means that I can binge all of it as long as I want and not have to, you know, be like every other commoner and have to sit and wait for episodes to come out. I watched it on a whim, and I was looking for something to watch. I was like, whatever, we're in quarantine, let me find something. Good Place. And I watched like the first 4 episodes. Something in my eye. I watched up until when Eleanor gets slipped that message under the door, like, I know who you are, or you don't belong here, whatever that message said. And then I like took a 2-3 weeks off, and then I binged the rest of it. And then I'll probably within this week have at least watched some of season 2.
A lot of deceiving going on. A lot of deceiving.
Now, first of all, 20-minute episodes. Hurrah! There were 13 episodes in the first season. I'm pretty sure there were 13. According to my friend Lana, I thought, because I did see that like the last episode of the show is like 40 minutes. Like, I don't know, I think I was just scrolling through the seasons to see how many there were and if they were like all there. And I was worried. I was like, oh no, it's a Riverdale. After the first season was successful, they bumped up the runtime. But apparently that's just like I think only the final few episodes are that long. So 20-minute episodes, nice, short. You can watch the whole first season in, quick maths, under 5 hours, which is lovely. The whole premise is really cute and funny. Everyone, you die, you go to the good place or the bad place. Eleanor wakes up in the good place, but shouldn't be there. Something's gone wrong. And I think Eleanor, played by the wonderful Kristen Bell. I love Kristen Bell. Krista? She's very much a centre part. Like, she's a central reason as to why I love it so much. Like, her character isn't likeable at the beginning, and you get to like her, and that journey seems true. But then even by the end of the season, she's not perfect. But, I like that without even trying to, she does become a good person. She basically, is going to sacrifice herself, so that no one else has to get punished for her being in the wrong place. All these things. And the twist at the end of the season, so I guess if you're watching this and you didn't want spoilers, the twist at the end of the season was spoiled for me, because I saw a meme about it, where it was, this is the sad place, because they crossed out the B and put the S. But I didn't know how it was going to come about. I was like interested to find out. I was like, maybe the bad place isn't actually bad. Like, it turns out even people who go to hell get a nice place to go to. But what they do is they convince everyone that they're good people. And I thought maybe the reason that Jason and Eleanor were incorrect was not because they were in the wrong place, it's because they remembered that they weren't nice people. And then when they have the thing of Eleanor's trying to get her her points up so she can stay in the good place, and they're not going up because all she's doing is for a selfish reason, I then was thinking, I was like, but Tahani's fundraising was for a selfish reason. So I guess I should have really listened to it, listened to my thoughts. When Eleanor was like, yeah, me and Gina will go to the bad place, let's go, thumbs up, I was just like, are you crazy? Because I'd actually forgotten the twist. So then when she goes, we can't go to the bad place because we're already here, I was like, oh my god, wait, I already knew that, but like, it isn't bad because I forgot about it, so yay. But what I wasn't expecting was that Michael would turn out to be a villain. I thought he'd still be a nice guy. I thought maybe it would be some sort of scheme, like to make hell less horrible. But, the actor whose name I have forgotten, I'm going to be honest, I've forgotten his name, but he seems like a lovely man. When he turned out to be like a full villain, I was like, clutching my pearls. I was very shocked, but he did it very well. And I will say, I'm hoping they give some explanation as to why. Like, they don't really give a good reason. Why is he focusing so much on these 4 humans? Like, it's not efficient. But I guess it's kind of, Michael almost takes joy in them torturing each other because it's more fun. And if he can perfect the system, I guess they can replicate that with other people. Because it's so much more work, but I guess it's like, it's fun. Put the fun back into, because that's the thing. He goes, we need to make it more fun. Fun for us, obviously. They'll be tortured forever, but we need to have more fun. Uh, and it sort of made sense. And I was like, yeah, for The Good Place, everyone who's a main character, like the main 4 people, have a lot of like bad traits. I still think it's kind of fucked up that Tahani and Chidi still go to the bad place. Like, Tahani did raise, millions or billions or whatever it was for charities, even if it was for selfish reasons. She still did that. Oh, excuse me. Chidi, yes, was insufferable and made everyone else's lives a misery, but like, okay, I kind of guess Chidi. Chidi was kind of clever, because I was like, wow, Chidi was just a terrible person to be around. Now I'm going to say this. So I guess I've already gone over. I really like Eleanor. I like her journey. She's very funny. She's the funniest character. I love a lot of the gags about where she lives. And I also quite like Chidi. I think he is actually quite attractive. And I like his moral dilemma, and I love how, like, I get his character. He can be annoying, but he's a very good annoying in that I still like him. I'm like, oh bless, oh, he's irritating the shit out of me. And Tahani I really liked. I love Jamila Jamil, so and I even liked her before this. I knew she was on The Good Place, but I was already following her as, like, I guess an influencer. She started, I think it was the I Weigh campaign. She's very, very good with her message, and she's very into, like, body positivity. So I was like, yeah, great. And I didn't know she'd be a good actor, because I knew, unless I'm confusing her with someone else, I swear she used to be like a radio person. I used to hear, like, with Jamila Jamil, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I saw her, and I was like, oh my god, she's like famous. She's like famous. She's in TV, and she's got a big social media presence. Oh my god, love that for Jamila. I feel like I'm somehow, like, part of her success story just because I heard her on the radio. But she was actually really good acting. She was actually a really good actor, and I liked her accent. I'm surprised she managed to maintain it, but it was very good. She's actually a lot more fleshed out as well. She kind of seems a bit like a caricature kind of stereotype. Michael, trying to suck up to Michael all the time. But she fleshes out. I actually kind of ship Tahani and Eleanor. I'm not sure if Eleanor they ever confirm. I don't know if it's like a sexuality thing or they ever actually confirm she's bisexual. But I kind of dig for all the Eleanor flirting, because it's not just like a offhand reference. Like, there's a consistent through season 1. Eleanor's just constantly like blah blah blah, random reference to how attractive Tahani is. And I love that last line at the end where she was like, and I thought so and so was my soulmate, and so and so. Tahani genuinely, like, I need to check her out. And I was just like, I don't know if Tahani was reciprocating it, but I kind of don't know. I found it amusing, and I thought it was funny. It was a good way of funny representation of just like, here's a woman, she's attracted to another woman. The joke is there's all these, like, romantic subplots, and Eleanor's going, maybe I should just get with Tahani. She's got great legs, and not in a jokey like, oh my girlfriends, I would totally date you. I think Eleanor genuinely is. I think Eleanor is genuinely like on a bit of Tahani. Janet. I actually love Janet. I don't know the actor's name, but she's really funny. She's really into the role. I love that when she gets rebooted after she gets murdered, she's a bit more human, because it's like, it's the upgraded version of her. I love when they try to kill her on the beach, and she has the thing of like, no, these are my kids. This is actually a picture from the Nickelodeon Kid Choice Awards. That was a really good scene, that one. And the whole show is really funny, and also really emotional. Like, it's such a good balance, and obviously it's not a huge budget, as in, like, it's not a film budget, like, especially when everything's going wrong with all of the giant insects and things, it's a bit weird. But considering it's a TV series, like, it has got good production values. I'm assuming a lot of where they are is a big set, because they're obviously in this sort of small town, with probably some location filming. It's just all lovely. It's all lovely. Now, there is an elephant in the room, and that is Jason. Jason's annoying as shit. I don't root for his character. I don't buy his journey because he has no journey, and I'm really upset that season 2 we're gonna have to see him go through that journey again. Like the other characters, I'll get to the mind wipe later, but the other characters I'm kind of interested to see what they do in a sort of alternate timeline. Jason is just, he's gonna be the same. He's gonna be a douchebag. That's gonna take us the whole season to like him do one unselfish thing. Selfless, I forgot a word there. I mean, I really hope they don't do another mind wipe because, you know, one, it'd be tedious, but also Jason, I couldn't do a third season of having to go through his character story again. Oh please no. I just contemplated if every season there's a mind wipe. Oh, anyway, I think with the story, like the story keeps flowing, and it takes a lot of twists and turns you weren't expecting. When I saw the first half of the season, I was like, I wonder what they'll do in the second half because it might get a bit tedious. They introduced the bad place, obviously the fake bad place. They introduce that medium place, which I guess was also another ruse. I love how when Eleanor tells Michael, I love how that shifts the dynamic of the show. And I didn't see it coming. I was really, when she stands up and goes, "It's me, I'm the problem," I was like, I was like Michael. I was like, oh, whoa, okay. It's a once upon a time in the format, in that every episode there's flashbacks to these people when they were living, or I guess in Michael's case in episode 13 it was just back to before the beginning of the first episode. And it's pretty even. Eleanor obviously gets quite a few episodes where she gets flashbacks because she's the main character. I like how the last one is a flashback to her dying. And I think in the flashback to her dying, I did notice that they don't include, I'm pretty sure they don't include the bit with the real Eleanor. And I was thinking, why did they forget that? But obviously I guess it's because that didn't actually happen, they made that up. I was surprised that Tahani only got one flashback episode, considering Jason got 2, and Chidi got 2. And also, I think they might have mentioned how Tahani died, but Tahani's death isn't a flashback. We see how Chidi died, we see how Jason died, and we see how Eleanor died, but they don't tell you how Tahani died. Maybe we'll find out in season 2, because I would assume they're going to keep the same flashback structure, although I'd be actually pleasantly surprised if they didn't, because I feel like that's kind of run its course now. But that's one of my problems with Once Upon a Time, is that they kind of were like, we cannot change this format, so every single episode in all 7 seasons has to have loads of flashbacks, which kind of hindered the show more than helped it after like the 3rd or 4th season. So yeah, the end, they do the mind wipe. Now Eleanor has to send a message to herself, and she sends one saying, "Find Chidi." Probably could have been more specific and helpful, but I guess, you know, it was panicking. You know, she was panicking. And then it ends, obviously, with, instead of it giving each other soulmates that are actually one of the other people who are trapped in this, I guess that's interesting, actually. That's going to be the biggest change, is now they're not each other's soulmates. They're going to have fake soulmates who are played by demons. So I'm very interested to see how that changes things. That actually will change things a lot. I wonder who Jason's stuck with. And I think it's a cute thing because you wouldn't expect it, and it was kind of a risk considering there was no guarantee the first season would get a second, because if there isn't a second season, that is such an unsatisfying ending to the show. It's not just things are unresolved, it's not only things unresolved, all the characters got reverted to the first episode again. But I will watch it, and it's going to be interesting seeing how they edit Michael, because now Michael's villainous presence isn't a secret, so they can show a lot more of him, and they can make him a lot more sort of, oh, a character leaves the room, you know. Yeah, I'm very excited for the next season, and it was a very good show. And if you want to watch The Good Place, in the UK, it's a Netflix original, so in the UK, pop on Netflix, go check that out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Why don't you? It's a cute little, fun little gig. And, you know, I thought I'd give you a bit of advice for the end of the video. It's very, very concise. It's very helpful, just keep it in mind. If you're trying to convince someone of something, and they don't believe you, and they believe someone else, I don't think the right way to convince them is to then insult them and block them on social media. So I just thought I'd keep that in mind. So don't do that, puffins. I stole that from Novimpia. That's not even what I call. What my fan base? Jo-Anarchists? By Jo-Anarchists. Ta-ta.